chapter is about the emerging modes of business. So in this chapter we'll be looking out the different mode of business because it has changed from the past business activities. New modes have emerged. So what are those types of business? What are online business? All these we are going to look at this chapter. So in this chapter it's mainly like the newer modes of business are not new business. It is not new business, but these are rather simply the new ways of doing business. The old business is the same thing and we are doing it in a new manner. And this is not a new business. It is the same old business but doing it in a different manner. So we can see the new modes of business can be, the first one is e-business. We have learned this in the previous chapter. The e-business is a wide range of activities comprising industry, trade, commerce. E-business may be defined as the conduct of industry, trade and commerce using computer networks. So we are carrying out the business activity or industrial activity, trading. All these are done through the computer network. The network you are most familiar with as a student or consumer is the internet. So through internet, students can access to different educational website, news, all these we can get to the internet. Same like that, the business also have several website pages, networks through which they can conduct their activities. So this is known as e-business. That is the online form of doing business. So coming to the scope of e-business, we have mentioned about that the scope of e-business is quite vast. Almost all types of business functions such as production, finance, marketing, personal administration, as well as managerial activities like planning, organizing, controlling can be carried out over computer networks. So all these activities can be carried out through the computer network. So going briefly, we are discussing about the different constituents of e-business and inter and intra transaction among them. So the first one is B2b Commerce. B2b means business to business. The B denotes business. So here both the parties involved in e-commerce transactions are business firms. So here both the parties are business firm, and that is why B2b business is made. That is business to business. It is creation of utilities or delivering value requires business to interact with a number of other business firms, which may be suppliers or vendors or diverse units, or else they may be a part of the channel through which a firm distributes products to the customers. For example, manufacture of an automobile requires assembly of large number of components which in turn are being manufactured elsewhere. So here it means business needs connection with other business also. So here the greatest example they have given is the manufacture of an automobile requires large number of spare parts and other equipments are needed for its constituents. So they need to have a contact with the other business enterprise selling these components. So then only they can carry out its own business. So for this purpose, a business must have relation with other business also. This is what is meant by B2B, business to business relationship. So to reduce dependence on a single supplier, automobile factory has to contain more than one vendor for each of components. They have to deal with more than 1, 2, 3 vendors. Then only they can have they can easily make available these raw materials or spare parts or whatever industry they are working, they can get from them. They should have a relation with other business. The second one is B2C, that is business to consumer. Here the business have to deal with the consumers. So this means satisfying the needs of consumers. As the name implies, transaction of business at one end and its customer on the other end. Although what comes to one's mind still is online shopping. Online shopping, that is you can take the greatest example is Flipkart. You are taking Flipkart is the business and we are buying the products, we are consumers. So as it is doing in an online manner, so it is an emerging mode of e-business, right? Emerging modes of new online business. So the one end we have the business organization and at the other end we have the consumers. So this is what is meant by B2C commerce. Here marketing begins well before a product is offered for sale and continues even after the product has been sold. Here marketing activities take place before selling the products. The third one is intra-B commerce. Intra-B commerce means here parties involved in the electronic transaction are from the given business firm. That is, within a business firm the parties are involved. Here parties involved in the electronic transaction are from a given business firm. Hence the name intra-B commerce, that is from inside. So as not the one critical difference between e-commerce and e-business is that e-commerce comprises a business firm's interaction with its suppliers, distributors. E-commerce means it will have a connection with the suppliers, distributor, other business firm, customers over the internet. But what does e-business mean? E-business is much wider term and also includes use of intranet for managing interaction, dealings among various departments. That is, e-business is a wider term than e-commerce. Here you can take an example, that is a firm's interaction with its employees, sometimes referred to as B2 commerce, that is business to employees. Here companies are resorting to personal recruitment, interviewing, selection, training, development, education. All this are being done. This is inside a business, it is taking place. That is known as intra-B commerce. And that may be through the electronic gadgets they are doing all these. Like they can be using a phone or internet connection to computers. Can be any form of electronic means can be used. Then inside the organization they are sending file reports via email. Then management can have them on real time basis. Virtual private network technology, these are all happening inside a business. They are using internet connection for recruitment process, selection process, data transfer, then file reporting. All these are being taking place inside within a business. That is why it is known as intra-B. Here there is the use of online internet. Next is C2C, that is consumer to consumer. Here it begins with the consumers and also end at the consumer. The business originates from the consumer and the ultimate decision is also consumer. That is why the name C2C commerce has been named. Okay, this type of commerce is best suited for dealing in goods which there is no established market mechanism. For example, selling used books or clothes either on cash or barter basis. These are being sold to because there is no an established marketplace is not there. So when a market mechanism is not available, you can use C2C commerce. That is, for example, here it's given selling used books or clothes either on cash or barter basis. That is, you can exchange your used clothes or you can sell your used books. So this is we have consumed it and again we are giving it to some other consumers. So here consumer to consumer is been happening. So this can be for example, you can take OLX, that you are selling your used car or used bike. If you are selling it, it is used by you and again you are selling it to somebody else. Even you are a consumer and again a third party is buying it, he is also a consumer. So here consumer to consumer relationship is taking place, but we are not doing any business, right? A business firm dealing in such second hand goods is not, it can be called as a business because he is doing it regularly, right? But when one time or two time we are doing it, it doesn't be called as a business. But this can be an example. I just gave an example of consumer to consumer, how it comes. Now we are going to look at the benefits of e-business. The first one is ease of formation and lower investment requirements. Since the business is formed through an online mechanism, it doesn't need a shop or a go down or rent should not be given. We don't need to do all such things because we are doing it online. We doesn't need a physical existence of a shop or something like that. So it's easy to form and it requires only lower investment, because if you are going to start a shop and you need to invest 5 or 7 or 10 lakhs inside the business. But if you're doing it in an online manner, you doesn't need, because you can use your home itself as a place to stock your goods. So doing it through the internet is an easy information and it also have a lower investment requirement. It involves only less cost. Second one is convenience. It is convenient because 24 hours into 7 days into 365 days a year, business is continuously running. So at any time, even at night or at the morning, in whichever place, whichever time you are, you can buy or sell the products through online. That is why it is convenient, because we don't have to wait till the shop opens right in the morning, or if we are late, if the shop closes down, then we won't be able to buy or sell that product that day. So to avoid this, e-business is a good source of buy and sell operation, because it is convenient. Any time, any place, you can do it. The third one is speed, and also it is much speed, because even now also the banking system has also become online. Payment and the transfer of money, everything has become easy, and speed has been arised. You can buy it at any time, immediately when you need. Next is global reach, that is through internet you are connecting with outside the world also. So you are connecting with the whole world. So it will have a global reach, worldwide reach will be available. Then movement towards a paperless society, then no paperwork is being done, no need to sign anywhere. Even if sign has been converted to digital signature and all, then you doesn't need paper transaction. Everything has become paperless. In computer only we are storing all the data, right? So the computer softwares have available now, like Tally, all these are available. We are recording all the transaction, all the financial details, everything inside the computer itself. So there is no need for a paperwork is very low. Now we are going to look at the limitations. So every activity will have a negative and a positive side. So here also it will be having limitations. So let's see what are the limitations. The first one is low personal touch, because you doesn't know who the other party, who is buying your product, just you're not having a physical contact with them, just through the internet. So there is chance of cheating or something like that. But there is no low personal touch, because we doesn't know who he is. If he is from abroad, then we don't have any personal touch. Then the second one is incongruence between order taking, giving and order fulfillment speed. Information can flow at a click of a mouse, but the physical delivery of the product takes time. Ordering is easy, but if for example, if you're taking Flipkart, if you're ordering something, you have given the order, that is very easily you have done it, but it takes time to reach to us. It takes 7 or 10 days to reach towards us, so it is hard. We cannot immediately get the product. It will take some time. So fulfillment of speed is a bit low. Transaction activities take faster, but the receiving of the goods, so procurement of the goods will take, fulfillment speed is low. Next is need for technology capability and competent parties to e-business, that is one who does not know how to deal with these internet or online transactions or online activity, then you cannot do it properly, because manipulations of accounts can lead to a lot of loss. So you need somebody who is capable of having competence, or you are having a knowledgeable parties who has experience in this field of doing everything online. Next is increased risk due to anonymity and non-traceability of parties, and sometimes you can cheat. So parties will be giving their fake accounts or something like that, then our money can be lost or something. They hack our accounts. There is a lot of risk included inside doing this online business. So we cannot say that it is very good. It is good, but it has a riskier side. Like hazards of impersonation, someone else may transact in your name, then leak your password or something like that, can lead to a lot of risk inside the online area. Then is people resistance. The process of adjustment to new technology, new way of doing things causes stress. Whenever you need to adjust to something new, it will firstly create a sort of stress. So converting your business from normal activity to an online world, you will have to learn new things. So it will create people in a stress, more stress they will have to take to learn the new thing. But once they learn it, then it become easy. But the starting time, everyone will be having a hard time. Next is ethical fallout. So you are planning to quit, you may as well quit right now, said the HR manager, showing her a copy of the email that she had written to her friend. Okay, that is, Sabina was both shocked and stunned as how her boss got through to her email account. Nowadays, companies use an electronic key to keep track of the computer files you use, your email account, the website you visit. Is it ethical? That is, somebody is watching us. Like here they have given the example that Sabina had sent an email to somebody, like she is planning to quit. So the HR found the same message, and he said to her they can quit it right now. So she was shocked, like how did he came to know that I send a message? So there is always an electronic eye tracking you, and this is a great disadvantage, and it is a risky area, because you doesn't know you, and at the last only you will come to know that somebody is watching you and everything will be lost, and most it is a danger situation. So ethical fallouts can happen. So you should not share your passwords or something like that with your friends, or like it can lead to. And now the system has also been changed. We cannot predict what is going to happen, because the cheaters, hackers, everybody are included in the network, and we cannot identify them. So we have to be very careful. Coming to the difference between traditional business and e-business. So the ease of formation is difficult in traditional business, but in e-business it is simple. In case of physical presence, traditional business require a physical area, physical place. In e-business it is not required. For location also, no such location is required for e-business, but for traditional business your suitable location has to be identified, where you have to get raw materials, water supply, electricity, everything you have to receive in the correct manner. And cost of setting up is high in traditional business, whereas e-business it is very low. Operating cost is also high in traditional business, it is low in case of e-business. Contact of suppliers, there is direct contact in traditional business, there is indirect contact through intermediaries with the suppliers and consumer. In traditional business you have indirect through because you are asking your agents to do the work, so you doesn't have personal touch. But in e-business it is direct contact. The nature of internal communication, it passes from top to middle to lower, that in like that in case of traditional business, but it is in case of e-business it is non-hierarchical, because any direction it takes place. Then responding time is long in a traditional, and in e-business it is instantaneous. Then shape of the organizational structure is vertical in traditional business and horizontal in e-business. Then business process and length of the cycle, that is sequential precedence, purchase, production, marketing, sale, goes on a process. But here in the case of e-business it is simultaneous, because different processes take place at different times. An opportunity for interpersonal touch is much more in case of traditional business, but in the case of e-business there is no personal touch. Then physical sampling of product can be done in case of traditional business, you can check before you take, but even in case of online you cannot do that. Once it gets into your hand, then only you will know what type of cloth it is or what type of product it was. Is it quality, it is a good quality or not, you will come to know only when it is been on your hand. Then ease of going global is less in case of traditional business, and ease of going global is more advantage in case of e-business. Then government patronage, it is shrinking in e-business, shrinking in traditional business, and it is taking much more advantage in e-business. And nature of human capital is semi-skilled, even skilled, unskilled, all manpower is needed in a business, traditional business. But in case of e-business you will need a professional qualified personnel only, because he or she should be acquired with technical knowledge and internet knowledge, every knowledge, professional knowledge must be acquired. And transaction risk is low in case of traditional business, and it is high in case of e-business. Of